It's time for Dodger Baseball. Live from Dodger Stadium, Sportsnet LA presents the Dodgers as they take on the Texas Rangers. Hi, everybody, and a very pleasant Wednesday to you, wherever you may be. Welcome to Dodger Stadium and tonight's telecast of the game between the Dodgers and the Texas Rangers. It's Game 3 of the 4-game series. Texas winning 2 in Texas, and the Dodgers trying to return the favor tonight and tomorrow with Clayton Kershaw and Zach Greinke on the mound. For Clayton Kershaw, he is 5-3 with the league. He is 4-0 in interleague play, and what is even more interesting, what he has done in the month of June. In June, his record 9 wins and no losses. The last time he lost in the month of June, San Diego beat him back in 2013. On the mound for Texas, a fellow we certainly remember, Wandy Rodriguez, left-hander who pitched a lot for Houston, also pitched for Pittsburgh, signed on with Atlanta, cut, and joined Texas, and he's doing okay. He is 3-2, all 3 victories on the road, suffering the 2 defeats at home, and as far as the Dodgers are concerned, his record 5 wins and 5 losses. One other 5, and that is for Wandy, the fact that Texas has won 5 straight of the games he has started. So pull up a chair. It's the Dodgers in Texas. We got a good ball game and a whole lot more coming up right after this. Pleasant Wednesday evening to you, wherever you may be. We're at Dodger Stadium on a beautiful summer's evening for Game 3 of the 4-game series with Texas. The Rangers won 2 in a row in Texas, and the Dodgers now trying to pin them with 2 losses here at Dodger Stadium, with Clayton Kershaw going tonight and Zach Greinke going tomorrow night. For the visiting Texas Rangers, here are the names on the cards for Jack Bannister, and it goes this way. Shin-Soo Choo is in right field, Elvis Andrus at short, Joey Gallo in left field, Prince Fielder at first base, Adam Rosales at third, Rougned Odor will be at second base, Carlos Corporan the catcher, Leonis Martin in center, and Wandy Rodriguez on the mound. On the mound for the Dodgers, Clayton Kershaw with a record of 5-3. He is 4-0 in intra-league play, and he is 9-0 in the month of June, going all the way back to June of 2013. Interestingly enough, Clayton Kershaw in his young career has 1,557 strikeouts. The man who has one more is pitching tonight, Felix Hernandez, with 1,558, pitching against the Giants in Seattle. So for Kershaw, he is going up against a ball club that has turned it completely around. The Rangers were 7-14 in April. Coming into this game, they have won 19 of 26, and the first pitch foul back by Choo, and the count 0-1. So Choo, Andrus, and then Gallo in that order. Choo hitting .240, 8 home runs, 32 runs batted in. Stays right on the plate and gets hit by a lot of pitches. Left-hand batter takes a breaking ball high, and the count 1-1 Choo this year has been hit by pitch 6 times. 1-1. Kershaw ready and comes back 1-1. Choo takes high, ball 2, 2-1. So Clayton trying to keep it going. He's done a complete about face and is right back on the beam. 3-0 in his last few starts. 2-1 pitch on the way is fouled off, and the count 2-2. For Choo, he's a 3-time member of the 2020 club. However, he's been a quiet base runner so far this year. In fact, it's rather interesting to realize he does not have a stolen base, nor does he try, with Andrus on deck. Choo swings, ground ball to first. Adrian Gonzalez gobbles it up, and just like that, we have one away. We can take a look at the Dodgers with the leather, and they shape up this way. Gonzalez and Kendrick, Hernandez and Turner. Van Slyke has returned and will play left field. Chris Heisey, who has 3 home runs in the past against Wandy Rodriguez, is in center. Yasiel Puig in right. A.J. Ellis handling Kershaw. Beautiful evening. Game time temperature 72 degrees. So Elvis Andrus checks in, and right-hand batter takes high, ball 1, 1-0. Andrus hitting .241. He's from Venezuela, from Caracas. The 1-0 pitch on the way, and that's high, ball 2, 2-0. For Andrus, very much keeping the memory of his dad, Emilio, his late father. He will write his initials in the dirt, and he has a big tattoo celebrating his father. Andrus takes a strike, 2-1. In fact, in 2013, he had to miss a game due to muscle soreness in his left arm caused by the tattoo. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and that's taken for a high strike. Pops out of the mid of Ellis, and the count 2-2. The tattoo, they tell me, fills most of Elvis' left arm from shoulder to elbow, and it says in loving memory with the face of his dad. But if you're thinking about a tattoo and you're a ball player, remember, he hurt and could not play a game. 2-2 pitch on the way, and that's a fastball foul back. Still 2-2 to Elvis Andrus. Andrus, an even 6, 200-pounder. and he'll be 27 in August. Originally signed by the Braves, came up with the Rangers back in 2009. Kershaw ready in the 2-2 pitch on the way. Foul back. Another 95 fastball. So Clayton Kershaw, 1 out, first inning, no score. Dodgers playing a good ball club, and a ball club that is really playing exceptionally well. They're 5 games above 500, 2.5 back at Houston. Now the 2-2 pitch on the way. Kershaw delivers, and there's a pop fly down the third baseline. Going back and over to pick it off is Justin Turner, and we have 2 down. So a ground ball, a pop fly, and Joey Gallo coming up. Gallo has certainly made his name, not just the fact that he has 4 home runs, the fact that he hits some monstrous home runs. So Gallo checking in. Left-hand batter and good size. Play left field, first base, and takes a pitch low, ball 1. Gallo, a first-round pick by the Rangers. He's from Las Vegas. So Gallo waiting, Kershaw ready, comes back with a fastball and bounces it in the dirt. And the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Clayton Kershaw in 6 starts at home is 4-1. 7 starts on the road, 1-2. Earned run average on the road, 4.2. Earned run average at home, 1.9. Right-hand batters here at Dodger Stadium hitting .215 against him. Left-handers .226. 2-0 pitch, swung on and missed. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Facing Joey Gallo, who's 6'5" and 205 pounds. His father played briefly for the Expos. Gallo swings, doesn't get it, and the count 2-2. So Joey Gallo, who hit 38 home runs in the low minors, he has a lot of power. He also fouls the next pitch back, and the count 2-2. When Gallo made his major league debut, it was pretty impressive. He homered in his second big league at bat, then singled home 2 runs, and then hit a 2-run shot. 2-2 pitch on the way. Good curveball just inside. Everybody in the ballpark thought it was a strike. Chad Fairchild is the plate umpire. 3-2 the count. Well, he sure had him set up for the curveball, and it stayed in and a bit high. Crowd fooled by where Ellis caught it. 3-2 pitch on the way. Fastball got him swinging. 95 miles an hour on the heels of the slow curve. So down go the Rangers, 1-2-3. And at the end of half an inning, Texas nothing, and the Dodgers coming up. 19 pitches in the first inning, picks up a strikeout, nailing Gallo. Now we go to the other dugout and take a look at Don Mattingly's lineup that's going up against the Texas Rangers. Yasiel Puig in the leadoff role. Chris Heisey with 3 home runs in the past against Rodriguez, hitting second. Adrian Gonzalez at first. Howie Kendrick at second. Justin Turner at third. Scott Van Slyke in left. Enrique Hernandez, the shortstop. A.J. Ellis, and then Clayton Kershaw. On the mound for the Rangers would be Wandy Rodriguez, one of those players, and there are many who come out of the Dominican Republic who use another name when they start. The left-hander delivers, ground ball hard over third, down the line, and the wild horse is loose, jogging into second base, easily standing up with a leadoff double. So the last time we saw Yasiel Puig, he was breaking a bat over his leg in frustration when he struck out 3 times, but now aggressively going after the first pitch and doubles over third base. Adam Rosales never had a chance. The ball goes down in the corner. Shue got it in there in a hurry. So Puig leads off with a double. Now Heisey, Gonzalez, and Kendrick trying to pick him up. When the Rangers and the Dodgers get together, there's a lot of connection as Heisey takes a strike. I mean, first of all, Kershaw is from Texas. Pitcher Brett Anderson was born in Midland, Texas. Carl Crawford is from Houston, and there's so much more. Adrian Gonzalez played a couple of years for the Rangers. Strike one pitch fouled away. 2 current Rangers, although they're not playing right now, Adrian Beltre and Sean Collison, formerly played for the Dodgers. Delino DeShields, who's been banged up, but he's the son of the former Dodgers second baseman. Rick Honeycutt, the pitching coach, pitched for Texas, and the pitch to Heisey is low. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. You can carry it on. Dodger broadcaster Kevin Kennedy, who managed Texas. First base coach Davey Lopes held the same position for the Rangers. So there's a lot of connection. And of course, Dodger broadcaster Oral Hershiser was the Rangers pitching coach. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way, and that's off the plate. And the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Yasiel Puig with a double. Wandy Rodriguez, 5'11", 195. 36 years old. He'd be 37 the middle of August. Wandy delivers a curveball, but it's way off the plate, and the count goes 3-2. On deck, hitting behind Heisey, Adrian Gonzalez. 3-2 to Chris Heisey. Heisey hitting .304 against Wandy Rodriguez. The left-hander, a high set, comes back, fastball fouled away. Dodgers have not done particularly well against left-hand starters. They have 4 wins, but they have lost 6. Rodriguez, when he starts, the Rangers usually win. In his 10 starts, the Rangers are 7-3. 3-2 pitch is low, ball 4. So the leadoff double by Puig, a 3-2 ball 4 to Heisey. Up comes Adrian Gonzalez against Fielder and Odor on the right side. Andres Rosales on the left. Gallo, Martin, and Chu in the outfield. Corporon behind the plate, and Rodriguez on the mound. Though Adrian Gonzalez, who at one time played for the Rangers, checking in. Puig at second, Heisey at first, and nobody out. Adrian hitting .306 against Texas. 7 home runs, 19 career RBIs, and a .307 batting average. They don't quite, but they almost load up the right side. Adrian takes a strike. Elvis Andrus to his left is not quite, but almost directly behind second base. The outfield shading Gonzalez towards left. They give him all of straightaway right field. I mean, if you look to where Chu is and where the foul line is, there's nobody in right field. Chu's in right center. The next one, Adrian swings, doesn't get it, and the count 0-2. 2 on, nobody out. First inning, no score. Rodriguez, coming off his last game, he made 122 pitches in 6 2/3 innings. He's one of those pitchers who gives up a lot of foul balls. Breaking ball off the plate, check swing, no swing, says Greg Gibson, and the count 1-2. Rodriguez, originally signed by the Astros back in 1999. 1-2 pitch, fastball off the plate, and the count 2-2. He is 5-5 lifetime against the Dodgers. All 3 wins on the road. Wandy out of his stretch, checks the runners, comes right back, and it's down and away. So he gave up a first pitch double to Puig, went 3-2 and walked Heisey, and he's now 3-2 on Gonzalez. Basically fastball, curveball, and a change, and he's having trouble getting them over. So Wandy goes behind the rubber for the moment, now up on top. 5 wins, 5 losses in his long career. 11 years now in the big leagues. Runners taking their lead. Andrus directly at the bag at second. Runners hold. Fastball is lifted to left field. Very playable. Right there is Gallo to make the catch, and the runners have nowhere to go. So Gonzalez a fly ball, and the batter now will be Howie Kendrick. The disappointed Gonzalez goes back to the dugout. Now Howie Kendrick checking in, hitting .285, 6 home runs, 28 runs batted in, has hit safely 6 of his last 8. And the Dodgers stymied for the moment, now trying to pick up and get some move on. They come in having lost 2 in a row to Texas, 2.5 in front of the Giants, who are playing Seattle, and we'll keep an eye on that. Madison Bumgarner is pitching against Felix Hernandez. That's a marquee matchup. No score in that game. They're really just underway. So 2 on, 1 out, and here's Kendrick. No score, first inning. Rodriguez out of his stretch, looks back at Puig, now to the plate, slips a fastball low, ball 1. 1-0. One thing that has helped Rodriguez, he's worked 60 innings and he's given up just 4 home runs. 1 ball and no strikes. Now the left-hander back with a pitch that is again low. So he's pitching a very dangerous first inning. 2 balls and no strikes. He appears from his body language to disagree with Chad Fairchild, the plate umpire. 2-0 the count. Puig and Heisey take their leads. Back comes Wandy on the inside corner for a strike. And the count 2-1. By the way, Wandy Rodriguez in the month of June has an ERA of 1.3. But he does have troubles giving up runs in the first inning. Little comebacker. Rodriguez looks at second, throws low, and a nice play by Odor to short hop it at the bag, and they get the 4s. So Kendrick hits into a 4s play. Puig advances to third.
Justin Turner.
Nice play by Odor. Rodriguez hurrying through a sinker, and Odor on the run, able to drag the foot, short hop the ball, and he was all set to go after Puig if Yasiel had rounded third. So 2 down, and as hot a hitter as there is right now, Justin Turner coming up. In fact, if you go back to last year, right up to today, he's been probably the most successful hitter in the major leagues. So Turner up there, 2 down, runners at first and third. Rodriguez trying to get out of the inning, and the left-hander's fastball in for a strike. With a runner at third, as we always do, we check. Wandy Rodriguez has 3 wild pitches So Puig has to be at the ready. 0-1 the count. Rodriguez comes right back with a curveball hit in the air to right field and deep. Shoot to the bow, right at the track, then to the wall, and makes the catch for the out. So Turner, a long fly ball to right field. So the Dodgers waste a first and second and nobody out. No runs a hit, they leave 2, and at the end of an inning, no score. The Dodgers and the Rangers. It's after the fact, but nevertheless it's somewhat interesting. Wandy Rodriguez's earned run average in the first inning this year is 6.3. And sure enough, Dodgers had first and second, nobody out, and he got out of the jam. So big Prince Fielder at the plate has a look at a strike, and the count 0-1. Fielder coming to Texas from Detroit, hitting .341, second in the American League. Strike one pitch, he holds up, and that's low. 1 ball and 1 strike, the count. Prince Fielder was named after a great uncle, as well as the rock star, favored by his mother. The next one to Prince is foul back, and the count 1-2. Fielder is listed at 5'11", 275 pounds, and from what I understand, he weighed 50 pounds when he was 1 year old. So he is one big man. 1-2 the count to the big left-hand batter. Kershaw ready, fastball, and that's hammered into right center for a base hit, and going to the wall. Puig will pick it up. Fielder into second base with a bullet double to the gap in right center field. For Prince Fielder, who was not in the starting lineup, by the way. Kyle Blanks was supposed to play, couldn't do it and came out. And Fielder comes up with his 14th double. Got a high fastball, and he was all over it. So the Dodgers had Puig lead off in the first. The Rangers have Fielder lead off in the second, each man with a double. And now Rosales, Odor, and Corporon trying to pick him up. Kershaw set at the belt. Now goes to that elongated stretch. Left-handed fastball is swung on and missed by Rosales. No balls and 1 strike, the count. Rosales looking down to third to Tony Beasley to see if there might be a play after the first pitch. Kershaw again ready. And the strike one pitch, a ground ball up the middle. Fielder almost ran into it and going back to second, and now he moves over to third. That would have been something to run into a base hit that was behind you. So Rosales singles to center. And now it's the Rangers who are in business. First and third. Going back to the bag and then seeing it's gone through. Fielder turned and he was able to move on. So first and third, nobody out. And the batter is Odor. When you look at the name for the first time, it's Odor, and the first name, which is Rougned, is pronounced Runed. So Runed Odor from Venezuela, left-hand batter, fouls it back. Just to complicate matters, Odor's brother is also named Runed. I mean, can you imagine having two children and you name them exactly the same? Well, they're not exactly the same. The difference is the middle name. Wow. 0-1 the count to Runed Odor. Strike one pitch from Kershaw. Breaking ball low. Nice save by Ellis. 1 ball and 1 strike. Rosales over at first base has stolen 2 out of 3. So first and third, nobody out. Odor with Corporan to follow. And big Prince Fielder coming down the line from third. Out of his stretch goes Kershaw. Now the 1-1 pitch, fastball low, spread eagled as A.J. Ellis makes the block on it. Odor runs well. They say he's been clocked at a 6.6 for the 60-yard dash. Odor back up and waiting. Rosales away from first. Fielder down the line from third. Nobody out. Kershaw ready, and the 2-1 pitch, fastball low again, ball 3. By the way, both hits in the inning came in the count when Clinton was ahead. Clayton had the count of 1 ball and 2 strikes when Fielder doubled, and no balls and 1 strike when Rosales singled. So Clayton trying to muscle his way out. His last 4 starts, his earned run average is less than 1. Now the 3-1 pitch. Fastball, little flare into shallow center. It's going to drop in front of Heisey, but he's going to throw to second base, and they get a force play for the simple reason Rosales had to wait. So Odor winds up picking up a run batted in, but he also winds up hitting into a force play. So Rosales is nailed, having to delay on the little pop fly. Fielder is able to walk in. 1-0 Texas. And the batter now, Carlos Corporan, the catcher. Corporan has caught all 10 of Wandy Rodriguez's starts, hitting 176. He's from Puerto Rico and was originally signed by Milwaukee. So the right-hand hitter waiting. Kershaw looks at first, comes to his hitter low. 1 ball and no strikes. Odor over at first base has just 1 stolen base. You have 1 out and the number 7 hitter in the lineup, Corporan. Throw over to first, diving back head first is Odor. Kershaw in his last 4 starts, an ERA of 0.9, 3 wins and no losses, 28 innings, 39 strikeouts coming into this game. So Corporan, right-hand hitting catcher, big man, 6'3", a good 210. Kershaw ready, looks over at first. The 1-0 pitch is taken low. So he's been low most of his pitches, and he's a little annoyed with himself. You can tell by his body language. 2-0 the count to Corporan. A.J. Ellis trying to move the strike zone up a little bit. Kershaw out of his stretch. Another look over at Odor. Now Clayton to the plate. Fastball, and that's a strike. Got that up a little bit. Corporan didn't like the call. And the count 2-1. Corporan signed by the Brewers in 2003, made it up briefly for one game in 2009. The next time he came to the big leagues, he was with Houston. Corporon waiting. The 2-1. There goes Odor, and there's a line drive foul outside at first and down the line. So they play hit and run. They run Odor. Corporon fouls it off. 2-2 the count. For Corporon, he is a player carrying a big cross. His little son passed away after having had 4 heart surgeries. He was only 16 months old. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kershaw ready. Another look and a throw to first. Back on the bag is Odor. Kershaw making a lot of pitches now. 19 in the first inning. With 1 out, he's made 15 here in the second. And his 2-2 pitch to Corporon. Clayton's curveball got him looking. Corporon knew it and walked away. So Clayton picks up his second strikeout. Texas leads 1-0. And Leonis Martin coming up. Big roundhouse curveball that he throws so very well. So Leonis Martin coming up. Martin is from Cuba. He defected with the 2010 team when it was in Japan, and Leonis fouls it away, and the count 0-1. Martin hitting .248, 4 home runs, 21 runs batted in, but like Kershaw has been successful in the month of June, Leonis is hitting .326 in the month of June. 0-1 the count. Now the strike 1 pitch on the way. There goes Odor. The pitch is swung on and missed at the plate. And Odor into second base with a stolen base. You don't see the running game against Clayton Kershaw, but the American League decides to run on him and picks up a stolen base. Meanwhile, no balls, 2 strikes the count for Odor. That's only his second stolen base of the year. So Martin trying to pick him up, and the strike 2 pitch of the left-hand batter. Kershaw delivers. Curveball got him swinging. Same curve that Corporon looked at also takes care of Martin. 3 strikeouts for Clayton, but he gives up a run. Might have been more, except what looked like a base hit turned out to be a force play, and it's 1-0 Texans. 1,000 fans in attendance tomorrow night, Dodgers Rangers, and you'll receive your Mike Marshall pin, number 4 in the Cy Young Pin Collector Series, presented by 76. For more information, visit Dodgers.com/promotions. Bottom of the second inning, it's 1-0 favor of Texas. The return of Scott Van Slyke, who was out with a bad back. Scotty will lead off, then Kike Hernandez and A.J. Ellis. And first pitch in for a strike, 0-1. Scotty went down, and they certainly have missed him. Activated today. The strike one pitch inside. Van Slyke hitting .264, 14 RBIs in 34 games. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Interesting, we were talking about Wandy Rodriguez a little earlier, that he's accustomed to a first inning jam, an earned run average in the first of 6. 1-1 pitch is fouled off. You might be interested to know in the second inning, his earned run average is 1.8. In the third inning, it's 0. And then it starts going up. 3.6, 4, 4.5. We'll see how that holds up. Hard ground ball over third, down the line, and the leadoff man, Scott Van Slyke, is into second base. Martin gets the ball back in, and we have a runner at second and nobody out in the second inning. So Van Slyke returns to the wars and promptly doubles. So 2 leadoff men. It would be Puig in the first inning and Van Slyke here in the second. Puig hitting it inside third and down the line. Van Slyke doing the same thing. Gallo got over there and had trouble playing the carom off the wall, but Van Slyke wisely held up at second base. So Rodriguez in trouble again. Kike Hernandez backs off and takes a strike. 0-1 to count. Hernandez playing shortstop, batting .257, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. Right-hand hitter who plays almost everywhere. Swings, big chopper to third. Rosales is on it, throws to first, and with the ball hit ahead of him, Van Slyke had a hold at second base.
Number 17, A.J. Ellis.
So 1 out, 1-0 Texas. Bottom of the second inning, and A.J. Ellis coming up. A.J. Ellis hitting .164, 3 RBIs. Had a good game against the Padres Friday when he went 2 for 3. After Ellis, you have Clayton Kershaw. So Rodriguez trying to get out of a little jam here in the second. Wandy set, ready, and delivers. Fastball at the knees for a strike. 0-1. Rodriguez has been very successful pitching here at Dodger Stadium. Remember, he played for Houston and Pittsburgh. His ERA here is 1.4. And he comes right back with another strike. Wandy looks down the barrel to get a sign. Van Slyke at second, 1 out. Texas leads 1-0. We're in the bottom of the second. Strike 2 pitch, off speed and away. 1-2 the count. Wandy Rodriguez quit school and went to a baseball academy in the Dominican. He'd been there for 4 years, and they called to tell his dad, take him back. The next pitch evens it up, 2-2. The uncle said the boy was a big leaguer, and the head of the academy said, how can he be a big leaguer if he can't run or hit? Well, it turned out they made him a pitcher, and he's had a fine career. Now the 2-2 pitch on the way. Wandy's breaking ball is fouled off. I mean, when we say Wandy Rodriguez has had a fine career, I mean, we're talking about a pitcher who has gotten a $13 million a year deal for a couple of years. Rodriguez looks in, getting a sign. Now the left-hander ready. Ellis on a 2-2 pitch takes a fastball high, ball 3. Typically in the Dominican Republic, the big league scouts are looking for prospects in their early or mid-teens, not somebody who's a raw 19-year-old. So in order to get more attention, he approached a friend named Annie Cabreja and used his name and age. Breaking ball is at Ellis' feet, and ball 4. So the Dodgers had first and second and nobody out in the first inning. They're first and second and one out in the second inning. Texas leads 1-0. Mike Maddox, the pitching coach for Texas, who pitched for the Dodgers back in 1999. In fact, the Dodgers were fortunate. They had both Maddox brothers, Greg and Mike, wearing the blue. So Maddox, watching a veteran, Wandy Rodriguez, getting into and trying to get out of trouble. Clayton Kershaw, not a bad hitting pitcher. He has 5 hits, 2 RBIs. Struck out less than half the time. And the first pitch he shows bunt and takes a strike. 0-1. On deck, Yasiel Puig. Kershaw back up and waiting. Rodriguez out of his stretch. Fielder coming in from first. The bunt is out in front of the plate. The out has to be at first base. Nice play by Corporon. So Kershaw sacrifices, moves them up to second and third, and that will bring up Yasiel Puig. So second and third, 2 down, 1-0 Texas. Puig hit the very first pitch of the game over third base and down the line for a double. Mike Maddox is going out to talk to Rodriguez how they want to pitch Puig. So timeout for the moment. We were telling you about Wandy using a friend's name and everything else. It finally came to pass that they realized Rodriguez was 3 years older than previously reported. As we mentioned, he'll be 37 the middle of August. What does he do when he's not pitching? Wandy Rodriguez cuts hair. Yeah, he's a terrific barber. So Rodriguez trying to get out of another tough scrape. Second and third, 2 out, and Puig 1 for 1 checking in. Texas leads the Dodgers 1-0 in the second inning. On deck, Chris Heisey. So we'll see if he really pitches to Puig or not. Wandy ready, delivers, fastball away, ball 1. First base open, Heisey on deck. Oh yes, Heisey in the past. 3 home runs against Wandy, but that's in the past. 1-0 pitch on the way is a high fly ball, very playable. Martin in center field makes the catch, and that's it. So again, Wandy Rodriguez dodges the bullet. The Dodgers leave runners at second and third. They've left 4, and at the end of 2, 1-0 Texas. Thing as we go to the third inning. Purple Mountain's Majesty off in center field. Nice to be able to see them again. Both pitchers have worked hard. Kershaw has made 38 pitches in 2 innings. Wandy has made 37. Nice crowd on hand enjoying a beautiful evening. Hope you'll be out with us tomorrow night. Zach Greinke trying to pick up a win. Ronaldo will be on the mound. Anthony Ronaldo for Texas. So here's Rodriguez, switch hitter, batting right-handed. Backs off and takes ball 1. So many of Kershaw's pitches have been out of the strike zone low. He's been very consistent keeping the ball down there. 1 ball and no strikes. Kershaw ready to come back. Fastball in for a strike. And the count 1-1. Clayton trying to pick up his 6th win and go 6-3. 1-1 fastball hit in the air to shallow center. Heisey comes up, makes a diving trap of the ball, and it's a base hit for Wandy Rodriguez. So Heisey unable to catch up to a flare to center field. Rodriguez with a big grin on his face. After all, Wandy Rodriguez, as an American League pitcher, hasn't had a base hit in a while. So Rodriguez, a leadoff single. The best Heisey can do is trap the ball. And the batter now is Chu. Shin-Soo Choo playing right field. Left-hand batter takes ball 1. 1-0. 1 run, 3 hits for the Rangers. No runs, 2 hits for the Dodgers. Chu trying to keep it going here. Rodriguez very short lead at first. Kershaw's fastball is low. 2-0 the count. So Clayton trying to raise his sights a little bit. And so far he's been too far down. Shin-Soo Choo trying to keep something going here. Chu signed a 7-year deal at the end of 2013. So he's going to be with them for a long time. We mentioned earlier that Chu crowds the plate a bit. He is certainly not afraid. When he was with Cincinnati, he was hit 24 times. Chu has been around long enough to have over 1,000 major league hits. By the way, for Wandy Rodriguez, no slouch with the bat. In his long career, he's had 60 hits. The last one last year, but actually he's only had 9 since 2011. Remember, he played a lot in the National League. 3-0 pitch on the way, and that's in for a strike, and the count 3-1. Korean night here at Dodger Stadium, and Shin-Soo is from Busan. Now the 3-1 pitch on the way. He swings and doesn't get it. 3-2. Talking again about being hit by a pitch. He's been nailed 99 times. He has a long way to go. Craig Biggio was hit 285 times. Don Baylor 267. 3-2 to shoot. Here comes Kershaw. Left-hander against left-hander. Fastball on the outside corner. Strike 3. Chu thought it was ball 4, and he walks away muttering. 1 out. So for Kershaw, he picks up his 4th strikeout. Fastball just on the corner. Chu turns, walks away, and the batter will be Elvis Andrus. So Andrus, right-hand batter, hitting .241, 3 home runs. Prince Fielder in the dugout. He hits cleanup. Andrus popped up in the first inning. Elvis has a look at a strike, and the count 0-1. Andrus trying to keep it going. Kershaw trying to throw some strikes. Strike one pitch is instead a throw to first. Both men were up the bag. Gonzalez was pretty far off, as was Rodriguez. 0-1 the count to Elvis Andrus from Caracas. Andrus, tall right-hand batter. Kershaw delivers big slow curveball, and Andrus almost fell down. I mean, you talk about being way out in front of a pitch. 0-2 the count. Andrus tried to hold up and time it, and then the backswing, he almost fell backwards. Just did regain his balance. No balls and 2 strikes the count. Strike 2 pitch on the way. Kershaw ready. Back with a fastball on the outside corner again. So now it's Andrus muttering to Chad Fairchild. And with 2 out, the batter will be Joe Gallo. Chad Fairchild been umpiring 7 years. He did the All-Star game in 2013. He's from Wakeman, Ohio. 7 years in the big leagues. So Chad doing his usual good job on making some tough calls. And we have 2 out here in the 3rd inning. Kershaw comes back, fastball that misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes to Joey Gallo. Gallo, as we mentioned earlier, has hit a couple of monstrous home runs. They're up there with Jock Peterson and Giancarlo Stanton. Fooled on a pitch way off the plate and low, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike. For Gallo, he's in an important spot in the lineup, hitting 3rd, and Cecil Fielder is behind him. Joey Gallo's claim to fame before he made it to the big leagues: he took Greg Maddox's daughter to the prom. Here's the 1-1 pitch. High fly ball. It looks like a marble as it goes way back, more than halfway up the pavilion. So Joey Gallo shows us what we have heard about him. Monstrous power and a gigantic home run. I mean, that didn't look any bigger than a marble up against the sky. So Gallo hits it out. And just like that, it is 3-0 in favor of Texas. Take another look. Left-hand batter hitting a home run against Clayton Kershaw comes a little bit as a surprise. So that base hit by Wandy Rodriguez has cost him. And now the batter is Cecil Fielder's son, Prince, and he drives one to center. Heisey, however, on the grass, backs onto the track and makes the catch. But Joey Gallo, a monstrous home run to right field with a man aboard, and at the end left-handed batter to hit a home run against Clayton Kershaw this year. Kershaw had given up a few, actually 7 to right-hand batters and 1 to left. And one thing, he did not give up a cheap one. Gallo really hit that thing out of sight. So it is 3-0 Texas, bottom of the third inning. It'll be Heisey, Gonzalez, and Kendrick trying to bounce back from that smash by Gallo. A Gallo would make anyone whine if you play. Never mind. Okay, 3-0 Texas. And the first pitch to Chris Heisey in for a strike, and the count 0-1. Heisey walked in the first inning. Wandy comes right back, takes a lot off the change, and it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. So Wandy Rodriguez, who has pitched very well at Dodger Stadium in the past, is leading 3-0. Heisey takes low, ball 2, 2-1 the count. We talked about Wandy Rodriguez being a barber when he's not pitching. 2-1 pitch is high. He cuts the hair of a lot of teammates. Jose Valverde, Miguel Tejada, third base coach. And what's really nice, he gives haircuts to underprivileged children in his hometown. Pitch in for a strike, 3-2 the count. Rodriguez ready, and his 3-2 pitch is swung on, fly ball to center. Starting back was Martin, but he comes up to pick it off, and we have one away here in the third inning. Dodgers had first and second in the first inning. Puig hit the very first pitch for a double, and Heisey walked. And the Dodgers, struggling to score runs anyway, are reminded again of how futile this game can become. First and second, nobody out. They couldn't score. Then in the second inning, they had second and third with 2 out, couldn't score. And now here's Adrian Gonzalez taking a strike on the outside corner. Odor out in shallow right field, but again the outfield shading towards left. Rodriguez works inside under the hands, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Wandy Rodriguez. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Fastball outside. The Braves signed Wandy, but they released him April the 3rd, and the Rangers right away picked him up to a minor league deal. The 2-1 fastball, low and inside, pretty good sink to it. So 3-1 the count to Gonzalez. Howie Kendrick on deck. Gonzalez very, very effective on 5 days rest as Kendrick waits. Not quite that effective at all on 4 days rest. High fly ball to deep left. Back goes Gallo to the track at the wall. Reaches up and makes an ice cream cone catch. The ball sticking up in the webbing almost shyly. Gallo hands the ball to Martin, who throws it back to the infield. So Joey, who is not an outfielder by trade, he plays a lot of positions, and just made a spectacular play on that long fly ball. Gallo reaching up, and you could see the ball sticking up in the webbing of his mitt. He just did maintain a grip. I mean, he plays first base, he plays third base, shortstop, and makes a fine play in left field. So 2 down here in the third inning. So Gallo hits him, and he catches him. And the strike 1 pitch to Kendrick, taken outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. 3-0 in favor of Texas. We'll check on the Giants score. They're playing Seattle. Anything new there? That's Felix Hernandez and Madison Bumgarner. They're still scoreless up there. We'll have to check on the inning. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Line drive, base hit into right field. The last time Kendrick played a game here at Dodger Stadium, we had no sooner uttered the fact that 25 base hits of his go to right field than the next pitch he hit into right field to win the game. And now in his second at bat, coming back he gets a base hit to right field. So that catch by Gallo, taking away an extra base hit, Dodgers prevented from picking up perhaps a run. So Kendrick a 2-out single, and here's Justin Turner, who flied to deep right field in the first inning. Wandy ready, left-handed, delivers another drive to right. However, Chu is right there to make the catch, and that's that. So the big play, the catch by Gallo out there in left field, no run, 1 hit, a man left. Gallo still looks embarrassed running off the field, but he made a big catch. And at the end of 3, it's 3-0 Texas. The Dodge Challenger with an EPA estimated 30 highway MPG. This car was made for driving in California. Visit Dodge.com today. 4th inning, 3-0 in favor of Texas. Beautiful summer's evening. And in the 4th inning, it'll be Adam Rosales, then it'll be Rougned Odor and Carlos Corporon. 0-1. Rosales grew up in Chicago, spent a lot of time at Wrigley Field watching the Cubs. He was originally signed by the Cincinnati Reds. Adam went to Western Michigan University. 0-2 the count. Rosales made it to the Reds in 08 and 9. Then he went to the A's and eventually to the Rangers. No balls, 2 strikes. And down he goes. And the Dodgers unable to make the play. See what happened there. So A.J. Ellis and Clayton Kershaw, take a look at the pitch. In the dirt, he takes off and A.J. doesn't know where the ball is. And there is no play at first base. So we'll see how they rule that, and it's going to be a strikeout pass ball. So Rosales safely aboard at first, and the batter Odor. 5 strikeouts for Kershaw, but he's losing 3-0. Ball 1. Big home run by Joey Gallo, and we mentioned that was the 2nd home run this year by a left-hand batter against Clayton Kershaw. The other, Charlie Blackmon, against Kershaw in a game that Clayton won 7-3. Ball 2. So Kershaw had a strikeout in the first inning, 2 more in the second, 2 more in the third, and now another one in the fourth with the batter reaching first. 2-0. Fastball on the hands. 2-1 to Odor, who stole second base. So it's kind of a freakish night for Clayton Kershaw. First of all, a left-hand batter hits a home run against him, and he gives up a stolen base. 3 runs, 4 hits for Texas. No runs, 3 hits for the Dodgers. Clayton came in, remember, with a 9 wins and no loss record in June, as Prince Fielder and Joey Gallo have a little chat. And Fielder certainly talking with his hand about a curveball. 2-1. Fastball fouled away. Clayton, a perfect 4 wins, no losses in interleague play. But he's down right now, 3-0. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rosales has stolen 2 bases, but he's also been caught 3 times. 2-2. And they pick him off. Martinez, and they throw down, get him by plenty. And now wait a minute. I think they're going to call a balk. They are. Marvin Hudson, the first base umpire, calls balk. And Kershaw, distressed enough tonight, is now really ticked off. So he picks off Rosales, who first of all struck out, and a pass ball allowed him. Now he's picked off, and he steals second on a balk. It is a strange night. Kershaw striding towards the plate and through to first. That was a perfect call by Marvin Hudson. You have to throw where you step. Now, all left-handers, whenever you hear about a left-hander having a good move, he's able to confuse, but you can see him. He started to stride towards the plate and then threw over to first. Big curveball fouled away. They're in the top of the 5th inning. Giants and Seattle no score. Madison Bumgarner, by the way, is pitching a perfect 4 innings. That is the second balk by Clayton Kershaw this year and the 13th in his career. So it is indeed an odd night. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Breaking ball. Still 2-2. So Odor up there battling, 2 balls and no strikes. Runyon had a nephew who is a coach with the Indians. We mentioned he has a brother with the same first name. 5'11", about 175 pounds. Fastball. Odor signed in 2011 and came up in 2014, so he arrived in a hurry. He's only 21 years old. In fact, last year when he was called up, he was the youngest active player in the major leagues. 2-2. And a chopper up the middle, base hit. Heisey charging. Here comes Rosales, but without a throw. So you have a strikeout on a pass ball, then a balk, then a base hit up the middle. And just like that, Texas is now out in front, 4-0. Odor gets a base hit and a run batted in. Remember, he got a force play RBI when his fly ball dropped into center field, but Rosales was forced at second base. This time, his single up the middle scores Rosales without a play. So Kershaw has now given up 4 runs, 5 hits. He's given up a stolen base. He's balked, and he's given up a home run to a left-hand batter. All in all, it has been quite a 4 innings. He's also made 66 pitches. So the boy from Highland Park, not too far from Arlington and Dallas, losing 4-0 at home. 1 ball and no strikes. In there. 1-1. Corporon hitting just 174. Robinson Chirinos hit the game-winning home run last night. He's the first-string catcher. There goes the runner. The pitch missed. The throw to Kendrick is in time to get it. Cordor stole second in the second inning, but not this time. He's still standing at second base, waiting to see if they're going to appeal the play. And apparently they're calling him in saying, go bother. So he's shot down 2-4. Kendrick making the tag. Kendrick had it there waiting for him. Got him high up on the hip. Close enough to at least take another look at it. Tag and then the foot on the bag. In slow motion, it wasn't close. Nice throw by A.J. Ellis. Good tag by Howie. And a 1-2 count to Carlos Corporon. Fastball is low. That's really been the problem for Clayton anyway. So many of his pitches down out of the strike zone. Two and two the count. Corporon 6'3", 210. Been a pro since 2003. But he's been up and down a lot from the majors and the minors. And probably one reason, not much of a hitter. So Clayton picks up another strikeout. That's 7 strikeouts, but he's down 4-0. And the batter, Leonis Martin.
Number 2, Leonis Martin.
Martin, among other things, played on the Cuban national team. He was on the 2009 World Baseball Classic squad. And in 2010, while with the team in Japan, he defected. Foul ball out of play. Martin, by the way, to his credit, became an American citizen midway through spring training of 2013. 0-2. And ball 1. His father was a one-time pitcher who almost made it to the Cuban National Series. Off speed, and he's way out in front of it to strike out yet again. So what an inning. Kershaw winds up striking out the side, commits a balk. There's a pass ball, a base hit, and he gives up another run. And at the end of 3.5 innings, it's 4-0 Texas. Saturday, Dodgers and Giants at 4:15. Don't forget to stay after the game. Enjoy the first movie in the 2015 Dodger Stadium movie series, where we'll be showing the critically acclaimed Lego Movie. For more information, go to Dodgers.com/promotions. For Clayton Kershaw, a very rough 4 innings, despite the fact he has struck out 8. Meanwhile, Scott Van Slyke, a fly ball in left field. He doesn't hang around as Gallo makes the catch. So 1 pitch and 1 out in the 4th. And the batter now, Kike Hernandez. Earlier we were talking about Wandy Rodriguez, how his earned run average in the first inning is over 6, and he was in a mess and got out of it. In the second inning, his earned run average is 1.8. Gave up a leadoff double and left runners at second and third. In the third inning, his ERA is 0, and he gave up a single, might have been more, except for the catch by Gallo. Ground ball to Andrus, and quickly 2 down here in the 4th inning. So we're getting to the fact that his earned run average in the 4th inning is better than 3.5. So he's gotten 2 quick outs. 4-0 in favor of Wandy Rodriguez and the Texas Rangers. Rangers in their last 26 games are 19-7, and they've had 29 home runs. Well, Gallo hit 1 tonight, so they've had 30 home runs during that hot streak. Joey, a 2-run home run, then made that great catch, and then looked like he couldn't barely wait to get off the field. He was so embarrassed. Had nothing to be embarrassed about. I'm sure he was thinking how lucky I was to make the catch. 1 ball and 1 strike. You kind of like a guy you don't know and see him shyly, as if to say, I don't know how I caught that ball. I'm just so lucky. There's a sinking line drive right by the glove of fielder and down the line. By the time it's picked up by Chu, A.J. into second base, and the ball hits him and bounces away. And A.J. slowly getting up. He's asked for time, and he's down on 1 knee. So A.J. Ellis just did hit it by the glove of a diving Prince fielder. Fastball. And he stayed inside it, as the hitters say. Fielder just misses it. And then Chu has a lot of trouble because the ball didn't come back to him. Still made it close. And the throw hits the helmet of A.J. Ellis, but he's okay. But again, another good reason to wear that helmet. So A.J. safely aboard with a 2-out double, and the batter is Clayton Kershaw trying to pick him up. Dodgers have 4 hits, 3 of them doubles. Kershaw sacrificed in the second inning. Fastball off the plate. 1-1. Rodriguez has made 60 pitches. Breaking ball chased and missed by Clayton. 1-2. Wandy with a record of 3-2, all 3 victories on the road. He is 5-5 in his long career here at Dodger Stadium. Fastball off the plate. 2-2. Breaking ball flared to left field, charging Gallo. So stopping at third is Ellis. So Kershaw just put the bat on the ball, loops a single to left, and that'll bring up Yasiel Puig with 2 out. Texas leading 4-0. Breaking ball away, and Kershaw just went down, put the bat on it. and promptly loops one into left field. Puig led off the game with a double and then came up with runners at second and third in the second inning and flied to center. First and third, 2 out, fourth inning, 4-0 Texas. Dodgers have gotten at least one man on base in every inning. And ball one. That was a great changeup. A lot of sink to it. 1 ball and 1 strike. Take a look. The bottom drops out of this. Just under the swing. Now up and in with a fastball. 2-1 the count. On deck, Chris Heisey. Runners at first and third. 2 out. Two and two. Off speed and low. In the dirt. All right, deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runners at the corners. A beach ball is loose, retrieved by Joey Gallo. And Yasiel up there trying to get a pitch he can handle. A lot of off-speed pitches so far. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Breaking ball. So if Puig is looking for a fastball, he hasn't seen one yet. Enough to make you talk to yourself. Well, he's got a cheering section there, mom and the gang. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And just missed ball 3. So another very important pitch for Wandy Rodriguez and for Yasiel Puig. 3-2 count, so Kershaw will be going from first. Ellis coming down the line from third. 3-2. Got it. So Yasiel Puig strikes out. The Dodgers leave 2 more. So they've left 2 in 3 of the 4 innings, 1 in the other, and it's still 4-0 Texas. men in 4 innings. A reminder, on the next Backstage Dodgers, our cameras get an inside look at the 2015 Major League Baseball Draft with Director of Amateur Scouting Billy Gasparino. Plus, outfielder Chris Heisey adjusts to a season between the major and minor leagues. So don't miss Backstage Dodgers tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. only on Sportsnet LA. Well, it's been a tough night for the pitchers, especially for Clayton Kershaw. In his 4 innings, he has made 74 pitches. He has struck out 8, but he's allowed 4 runs and 5 hits. Wandy Rodriguez in his 4 innings has made 70 pitches, and he's been bobbing and weaving, and the Dodgers have left 7 men in the 4 innings. So into the 5th, Rodriguez singled, so did Kershaw, so they're even on that score. Strike, 0-1. Outfield very shallow. Fastball in there, 0-2. Clayton has struck out 8. Big changeup. Rare night. Home run by a left-hand batter against Clayton. A balk. A pass ball. Stolen base. 2-2. Ready to make his 80th pitch. Ground ball to third, backhanded by Turner. So we have 1 out in the 5th inning. Shin-Soo Choo coming up as Rodriguez gets back in the dugout. Choo grounded out and struck out. Choo had Tommy John surgery back in 2007, even though he plays the outfield. Ball 1. Choo talks about the Pusan High School, which had a baseball academy that was run more like a military boot camp. Check, swing, foul. 5 a.m. wake-up calls, morning practices, afternoon practices, grueling hours in the weight room at night. The boys lived on campus. They only saw their families on Sundays. Ball 2. Shin-Soo said, we didn't study. All we did was play baseball, think baseball, nothing but baseball. And then he wisely said, the problem is, if you don't make it in baseball, what do you do? He was 18 years old, and a lot of people, scouts, thought he was the best amateur pitcher in the world. That's why he wound up having the Tommy John surgery. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He can still throw 95 miles an hour. No swing, 3-2. And bad ball, swung on and missed. So Choo strikes out. For Kershaw, this has to be the most dissatisfying 9 strikeout game he's ever pitched. He's losing 4-0. And the batter, Elvis Andrus. Elvis popped up, struck out. Fastball in the dirt. Boy, he's been down there a lot. When the Dodgers come up in the bottom of the 5th, Heisey, Gonzalez, and Kendrick. 1-1. Kershaw here at Dodger Stadium has made 121 career starts. His earned run average 2.2 and his record 56-28. How many times has he allowed 4 runs in 121 starts here? 16. How many times has he allowed 2 runs or less? 83 times. So this is somewhat of an oddball game. 2-1. Fastball in there. On deck, Joey Gallo hit that monstrous home run in the 3rd inning. Just did get a little bit of that slow curveball. Interesting, when Andrus was being interviewed, he's from Caracas, Venezuela, and I think the world knows it's a dangerous place. And they asked him, did he ever think about having a bodyguard? And he said, for years, never thought of it, but now, absolutely. Puig going over. Ho-hum. So Texas goes down in order for the first time since the 1st inning. And at the end of 4.5 innings, it's 4-0 Texas. Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Now, during Toyota's summer savings, you can save big on any 2015 Camry. And by Jack in the Box. Taste the new black pepper cheeseburger today, only at Jack in the Box. Bottom of the 5th inning, 4-0 in favor of Texas. Chris Heisey a strike, 0-1. Everybody in Los Angeles talking about the fact the Dodgers have certainly quieted on the offense. They forget to really concentrate. The San Francisco Giants lost 9 straight at home, and Seattle is leading the Giants 1-0 tonight. So Heisey a fly ball, 1 away, and the batter Adrian Gonzalez. Clayton Kershaw has made 92 pitches in 5 innings, and he's down 4-0. Gonzalez fly deep to left on a 3-2 pitch, and then in the 3rd inning hit one even deeper to left, and that's when Gallo reached up and made that one-hand catch with the ball sticking up in the webbing of his glove, and Joey very shyly handed the ball to Martin as if I didn't deserve to catch it, but he did. 1-1. Adrian, 11 home runs, 43 runs batted in. Played for the Rangers for 2 years. Oh, wow. Okay, young lady. Got your earrings in, hair out of your eyes, and a ground ball to right field where Odor is, and throws him out. 2 down in the 5th inning, and the batter is Howie Kendrick. So in the 5th inning, that's been one of the toughest innings for the left-hander Wandy Rodriguez. The earned run average in the 5th inning is 4, and in the 6th inning 4.5. So we'll see if he can get that far. 2 out, leading 4-0. Fastball, strike. Howie hit into a force play in the 1st inning, single to right with 2 out in the 3rd. Fastball with good sink to it. 0-2. Well, you got a very, very experienced left-hander out on the mound in Wandy Rodriguez. On the hands, a soft line drive picked nicely at second for the out. What a play by Odor to take a base hit away from Howie Kendrick. And for the Dodgers, it's the first time they go out in order, 1, 2, 3. At the end of 5, 4-0. Texas. A baseball comic book about the New York Mets. It was their first year. They lost 120 games that year and finished 60.5 games out of first place. That's right, 6-0. We want to tell you 2 stories about a player named Marvelous Marv Throneberry, but we don't want to hurry it and we don't want to get in trouble as far as the pitches in the inning. So let's leave it at that and try and stick with us, and they'll tell you about Marvelous Marv. Let's go back to this one. Joey Gallo struck out and then hit that monstrous 2-run home run. Ball 1. Marvelous Marv Throneberry and the New York Mets and Casey Stengel. It was a movable feast, not about Ernest Hemingway, but about baseball and comedy. 1-1. Gallo struck out, hit the 2-run home run. 4-0 Texas. And we're in the 6th inning. 1 ball, 1 strike. Big slow curve, ball 2. They were playing a doubleheader in the old Polo Grounds in New York, the Chicago Cubs and the hapless New York Mets. And in the 1st inning, the Cubs had a runner at first base who was thrown out trying to steal. 2-2. He slid into second base and was tagged out, but the umpires reversed the call, and they ruled that marvelous Marv Throneberry had interfered with the runner at first base, so he was allowed to steal. Well, that'll do it for Gallen. However, Marv was not finished. That's 10 strikeouts for Kershaw. In the bottom of the first inning, Marv Throneberry came up and tripled. However, the umpire at second base called him out for missing second base. And here comes Casey Stengel to come out to argue, heading for second base. Ground ball by Fielder, and we'll have 2 down. Anyway, before Casey Stengel could get to second base to argue, the first base umpire said, "Casey, don't bother. He missed first base as well." So Marv hit a triple and missed first and second and was called out. And that was just Marv Throneberry in 1 inning. They used to say in New York, we were going to give Marv a trophy, but we were afraid he'd drop it. Those were the days. And by the way, there was a book written supposedly by Casey Stengel, the title of which was "Can't Anybody Play the Game Up Here?" That year, and then the miracle. 1962, a hapless team, and the 1969 Mets, world champions under Gil Hodges. Change up, 2-1 the count. Rosales has singled, struck out on a pass ball when Ellis lost sight of where the ball was walked to second, and scored on a base hit by Odor. 3-1. When the Dodgers come up in the bottom of the 6th, Turner, Van Slyke, and Hernandez. 102 pitches, and Clayton's in the 6th inning. Three and one. And did it hit him? Well, it was ball 4, and it was a fastball. And with 2 down, Rosales aboard. In looking at his pitching, last game against San Diego, Clayton made 117 pitches in 6 2/3 innings. He has pitched triple figure games 6 times already. And ball 1. Odor hit into a force play, stole second, and singled in the 4th inning, and was thrown out trying to steal. He also made a very good play on the ball hit by Howie Kendrick back in the 5th inning. No one throwing in the Dodger bullpen, but a couple of guys got up and stretched their legs. 1-1. Clayton 105 pitches. No one throwing yet, but they're getting a little restless. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fastball high. That's rare tonight for Clayton. Interesting, with all of his pitches, he has not walked anybody, and he has struck out 10. That's in there. 2-2. Texas scored a run in the 2nd, 2 more in the 3rd, and another in the 4th. Dodgers left runners at 1st and 3rd, 2nd and 3rd, first and third again. They've left 7. Runyed Odor. And they pick off a runner, the throw down in plenty of time, and that'll be that for Rosales. So Rosales is picked off, so it turns out to be a 1-2-3 inning. And at the end of 5.5 innings, 4-0 Texas. In one arm, she's got a basket of French fries and food in that paper tray. She's just moving along. You know, Joey, 2 great American traditions, baseball and fireworks. July 4th at 4:15, the Dodgers and Mets, and then stay after the game. See the sky light up with a spectacular 4th of July fireworks show presented by Cirque du Soleil. For more information, go to Dodgers.com/promotions. Bottom of the 6th inning, it is 4-0 Texas. The Dodgers will have Turner, Van Slyke, and Hernandez. And I'm not sure how much longer Clayton Kershaw will pitch. J.P. Howell now gets up in the Dodger bullpen. Turner has hit the ball well twice to right field, but for outs. Rodriguez has now made 80 pitches. Kershaw made 107. The difference, strikes. Kershaw struck out 10. Rodriguez has struck out 1. So Kershaw due to bat 5th here in the 6th inning. Oh, 2. Fastball just plunked into right field. Nice bit of hitting. 3 times now Turner has gone that way, and he is 1 for 3. Remember, Kershaw hit an 0-2 pitch down and away into left field for a base hit. Now Turner on a no-ball 2-strike pitch, singles to right field. So there are a couple of bad pitches by Wandy, but a couple of veteran hitters at first base think it's just great. And here's Scott Van Slyke, doubled and flied to left, off the plate, ball 1. Van Slyke followed by Kike Hernandez. And a high fly ball to deep left center. Back goes Martin. That one is gone. So Scott Van Slyke returns from the DL, has a double and a 2-run home run. And it's 4-2 Texas. Van Slyke got one right out over the plate for the Dodgers, their 84th home run. So Van Slyke hits one of those, no doubt about it, his third. And Dodgers get back into the game. Texas leads 4-2. Fastball for a strike. Wandy Rodriguez had allowed 4 home runs until that one was hit. And that has to be maddening for him on that no ball 2 strike base hit by Justin Turner. 1-2. So Van Slyke returns with a bang. And that's going to be lined down the right field line for a base hit. Chu up with it. On his way for second is Hernandez. He is in there with a double. And the Dodgers go after Wandy Rodriguez. By the way, outside of the first inning, the 6th inning is the worst inning for Wandy Rodriguez. His earned run average is not only 4.5 in the 6th inning. The batters were hitting .346. So this is not the first time that Rodriguez has weakened in the 6th inning. Though he's given up a single to Turner, home run to Van Slyke, a double to Kike Hernandez. And again, Mike Maddox out there talking to the veteran. Do you have anything left in the tank? Take another look at Scott Van Slyke's home run. That certainly had to give the Dodgers a lift. And he muscled that thing a mile high, and it clears the left field wall. So the Dodgers get 2. They need 2 more to tie. Right-hander John Edwards gets up in the Texas bullpen. And the batter is A.J. Ellis. Nobody out. And ball 1. Rodriguez, by the way, is due up 4th when Texas bats in the 7th inning. Alex Guerrero is out on deck to bat for Kershaw. 1 ball, no strikes. Change curve, line drive caught by Rodriguez. So A.J. Ellis loses a base hit and a run batted in. A line drive that finds the glove of Wandy Rodriguez. Like that. No play at second. So now Alex Guerrero coming up.
Hitting for the Dodgers, number 7, Alex
Guerrero as a pinch hitter is batting .333. He has 3 home runs and 8 runs batted in. On deck, Yasiel Puig, 0-1. And that's going to be hit into left field, base hit. Here comes Kike to score, and it's 4-3 Texas. So it is his worst inning any game he pitches, and it's his worst inning tonight. Wandy Rodriguez with a hanging curveball, no velocity, and Guerrero just stayed back and put the bat on it. So 4 runs, 5 hits for Texas, 3 runs, 9 hits for the Dodgers. The spark plug, Scott Van Slyke. So the Dodgers trying to get Kershaw off the hook. In fact, should the Dodgers take a lead, Kershaw could even steal a win. We'll see. Yasiel Puig coming up. Still only 1 out in the inning. Jeff Bannister on his way out to the mound, and he's going to go to the bullpen. So Wandy Rodriguez goes out where he could still win. And we'll be right back. Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Nissan. Get to Nissan's ride of your life for exciting performance and surprising offers. Shop at ChooseNissan.com. And by DraftKings. Play daily fantasy baseball for free on DraftKings.com. Use promo code BLUECREW for free entry. While we have a minute, Jeff Bannister played briefly in the big leagues for the Pittsburgh Pirates, but he never appeared on the field as a major leaguer. He had one plate appearance back in 1991 at Three Rivers Stadium. He pinch hit for Doug Graybeck of the Pirates, got a base hit, left the field, and never got back on it again. So welcome to Jeff Bannister. He brings in John Edwards, a Chicago boy who was originally drafted by the Cardinals, and facing Yasiel Puig with the tying run at first base. And a strike. Edwards is a big fella. He's 6'5", 230. Drafted by the Cardinals in 2006. Transferred with the family to Dallas-Fort Worth, where he really grew up. His parents worked for American Airlines. Fastball, 1-1. His fastball's been clocked as high as 98, and he also has a slurvy kind of a slider. When he was an outfielder at one time, he had the best arm in the Cardinal organization, so they decided to make him a pitcher. 1-1. In the dirt, ball 2. Nice save by Corporon. John Edwards is in his 10th game. He has walked 7 and struck out 5, so he's been fighting it. Sam Freeman, a left-hander, down in the Texas bullpen. 2-1. And ball 3. Though Edwards has a strong arm, he can light up the gun, but he's having a lot of trouble throwing strikes. He was at Round Rock, where he was saving 13 games before being brought up. 3-1 to Puig. And ball 4. So Puig goes to first. Mike Maddox started up the steps and back down. Due up is Chris Heisey, but Jock Peterson is coming to the on-deck circle, and Maddox is now on the phone, and we'll see if they bring in Sam Freeman, a left-hander, to face Peterson. Well, Freeman is about ready if they want him. Jock Peterson, who made one of the great catches, that over-the-shoulder on the dead run catch he made in San Diego, then hit the center field pads, bounced back holding onto the ball, did somewhat of a somersault. One of the great catches anywhere, anytime. Though we will see now about Edwards. He did the one thing that Bannister did not want the rookie pitcher to do, walk the hitter. Meanwhile, Kershaw's somewhat consoled by Rick Honeycutt. It's been a very rough night for Clayton, and he will call it a night, and we'll be back. Texas will be here tomorrow night. Ronaldo for Texas and Greinke for the Dodgers. And then hold on to your hats. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it'll be the San Francisco Giants. Friday night at 7. Saturday is a 4:15 game. And then Sunday at 5 o'clock. The Giants right now struggling in Seattle. The last we heard, they were trailing 2-0. And Sam Freeman out of Houston, Texas. He was like the previous pitcher, John Edwards, also drafted out of the Cardinals. And for that matter, he was also another fleet-footed outfielder when he was in community college. But he realized his left arm was so valuable, he went to the University of Kansas and became a pitcher. Well, now he's going to face Jock Peterson. Dodgers down 4-3, but they have 2 on with 1 out. Fastball low, ball 1. Jock Peterson 0 for 2 as a pinch hitter with runners in scoring position, hitting .273, hitting .253 all year. 1 ball and no strikes. Freeman soon to be 28, the end of the month. Basically fastball, curve, slider, and change. 1 ball and no strikes. And a strike. Freeman is another fellow like Edwards who was at Round Rock, and he's been in a few games, not that many, since being called up. His earned run average is over 7. 1-1. Fastball for a strike. Boy, hits 96 on the gun. That's even higher than his notes. They say it's been 95. Waiting on deck, Andre Ethier. 1-2 to Jock Peterson. 2 on, 1 out. Time. The Guerrero at second representing the tying run. Puig at first representing a go-ahead run. And Van Slyke started the fire with a 2-run home run. Got it. And all hard stuff. 96. So down goes Jock. 2 out. And another left-hand hitter coming up. Adrian Gonzalez. Freeman, who obviously throws hard, has walked 3, struck out 4. Two on, 2 out. 4-3 Texas. Bottom of the 6th. Odor out there in shallow right field. Big curveball for a strike. 0-1. Texas feels that Freeman, early in his development, will become a very good reliever against left-hand batters. Well, he struck out Peterson. We'll see what he does with the veteran Adrian Gonzalez, who has flied to left, fly deep to left, and Gallo made that one-handed catch and grounded out. His ground ball was to Odor in right field. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 out. Fastball. Boy, that staggered Corcoran. He'll have to walk that off a little bit. Good fastball, got him in the glove and then right in the mask. So they'll take time and let the big catcher walk that off. Meanwhile, Ivan Rodriguez is here. Great to see one of the great catchers with a group from Texas. Taking and in the ball game. And of course, you can imagine how many shots in his great career, foul balls off the mask that he took. And Corporon very slowly going back to work. And he's able to look over at the dugout and grin a little bit. One ball and two strikes. Ground ball right to first baseman fielder, and that's it. By the way, if you wonder about Ivan Rodriguez, he's a special assistant to the GM. He's an instructor, and he's also an ambassador. Well, Scott Van Slyke was the ambassador to give the Dodgers 2. They got one more, and at the end of 6, it's 4-3 in favor of Texas. Remember, they led at one time 4-0. Jock Peterson enters the game after being a pinch hitter to take over. You may remember in San Diego, he made this brilliant catch and somehow held on to the ball. He also made a similar catch last night in Texas. Not quite as tough, but almost. The difference, the catch that he made in San Diego saved the game. The Jock in center field, even as young as he is in his career, right now he looks to be, it's a heck of a statement, but he looks to be the best fielding center fielder the Dodgers ever had. And that's saying a lot. Right. I know Duke Snider is in center field at Ebbets Field and in all those ballparks back then. But Jock can get him with the best. J.P. Howell facing Odor. One of the things Peterson was a little concerned about, you don't think about it, is his arm. In other words, you come in the game as a pinch hitter, you haven't really warmed up, and suddenly now you're out there. And meanwhile, Odor hit by the pitch. Clayton Kershaw went 6. Allowed 4 runs, 107 pitches, and the curveball just failed to break. Clayton struck out 10, but never really looked at home tonight. Corporon, who took that nasty foul into the mask, has struck out twice. And a strike. Cerritos hit the home run in the bottom of the 9th inning last night after Justin Turner homered in the top of the 9th. Chirinos, at least for now, resting, and Corporon doing the catching. 0-1. Odor stole second base in the second inning. That was news against Kershaw, and was thrown out trying to steal in the fourth inning. 0-1. Time. Though JP really trying to make Odor drop down to his heels, staying up on his toes. And 1. And the bunt fouled at the plate, and the count 0-2. Waste not, want not. That certainly is the battle cry for the Dodgers tonight. They left 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth, and 2 more in the sixth. So they've left 9 men in 6 innings. Texas leads 4-3. Corporon is not much of a hitter, but as we mentioned at the start of the game, he catches every Wandy Rodriguez game. Somewhat like an A.J. Ellis catching Clayton Kershaw. 0-2. Ground foul. When the Dodgers come up in the bottom of the 7th, they are due to send up Howie Kendrick, Justin Turner, and that man Van Slyke again. And Scotty, coming off the DL, had a double and then the 2-run home run. 0-2 to Corporon. And little ground ball to short. They should get 2, and they do. So they take the bunt off. Corporon swings, hits into the double play, and just like that, 2 down. Ball was hit slowly, but Corporon, as a veteran catcher, doesn't run well. Kendrick did well, despite having to side saddle hop and get over the runner. And JP gets the double play, 2 down. Leonys Martin has struck out twice, so he's glad he doesn't have to look at Kershaw again. Jake Smolinski is out on deck. Oh, and 1. Nice save by A.J. 1 ball and 1 strike. Leonys Martin. He's from Cuba. Slow. 1 and 2. Check swing, it's going to cost him, and he strikes out. So no runs, no hits, double play shuts them down, and at the end of 6.5 innings, Texas 4, Dodgers 3. Howie Kendrick will lead it off. Sam Freeman still in there. Kendrick, Turner, Van Slyke. Bottom of the 7th inning. That's a strike. Howie Kendrick hit into a force play, single to right, and robbed of a hit by Odor, the second baseman. Foul back. Sam Freeman, the third pitcher. It's been Rodriguez, Edwards, and Freeman. Freeman was with the Nationals. One and two. He had Tommy John surgery 5 years ago. Jimmy Garcia is up in the Dodger bullpen. Kendrick still there. There's Garcia. Dodgers had to put Chris Hatcher on the DL. That made room for Scott Van Slyke to come back. So at least for tonight, the Dodgers have 6 men in the bullpen. Fastball away at 95. So Freeman, 5'11", 170, but he can throw hard. And that's going to go foul. Still 2-2 to Howie Kendrick. And Van Slyke waiting patiently for yet another chance. 2-2. And ball 3. A lot of fastballs. That was a pretty good two-seamer. Justin Turner waits patiently. 3-2 to Kendrick. And looked like an off-speed pitch. It was. And a fly ball to right field. Now, that was a good pitch by Sam Freeman. After all those fastballs, he came up with a change. Well, last night, Justin Turner came up in the 9th inning. Dodgers down 2-0. And voila, a 2-run home run to tie up the game 2-2. Only to have the catcher, Chirinos, come up and hit one in the bottom of the 9th to give Texas the win. Turner going the other way all 3 times tonight. Twice flied to right, and last time up on an 0-2 pitch, just put the bat on the ball and flared a single to right. In there, 0-1. And another strike. 0-2. Justin didn't think so. No argument. Time. Waiting behind him, Scott Van Slyke. 1 out. 7th inning, 4-3 Texas. Fastball. And he was late. Pretty good reason. 95 miles an hour. Wandy Rodriguez got burned twice on 0-2 counts. Kershaw got a base hit, just flaring one to left. Turner got a base hit, flaring one to right. Ball 1. One fastball after another. Threw a good changeup to get Kendrick on that fly ball to right field. 2-2. A.J. Ellis and Howie exchanging thoughts. 2-2. Ground ball wide to third. On it is Rosales.
What?
2 down in the 7th inning. So Turner, for the first time tonight, pulls the ball, grounds to third, and now Scott Van Slyke. Van Slyke doubled in the 2nd inning and got as far as third, flied to left in the 4th, and then came up in the 6th and hit a 2-run home run against Wandy Rodriguez. What made that a little rare is the first home run Rodriguez had given up with a man on base. Van Slyke was on the DL on the 31st of May, mid-back inflammation, so he missed 16 games. Final score, the Mariners beat the Giants 2-0. We mentioned earlier, people are forever commenting on the fact the Dodgers are struggling offensively. Well, the Giants lost 9 straight at home. They're struggling and was shut out tonight against Felix Hernandez, who beat Madison Bumgarner, who had a perfect game into the 5th inning. So Gonzalez and company has company. And down goes Van Slyke. For the Dodgers, that's only the 2nd time tonight that they've gone down in order. And at the end of 7, Texas 4, Dodgers 3. Summary, that's part of it, certainly. Fielder double, scored a run. Gallo a 2-run home run. Van Slyke a 2-run home run. But this was a strange game. Kershaw struck out 10. He also committed a balk. There was also a pass ball. There was also a home run. A left-handed hitter, Joe Gallo, his home run against Kershaw. Only the 2nd home run by a left-hand batter against Clayton. Charlie Blackmon of Denver had the other. So now Mattingly waited for Jake Smolinski to be announced as a pinch hitter, and then he lifts Howell, and we'll be right back. Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your Southern California Kia dealers. Visit mysocalkia.com to learn more. The Dodgers make a move even though J.P. Howell started to go to the mound. They call him back and bring in Yimi Garcia. Garcia pitched Monday 2 scoreless innings against Texas, and he's dropped right back in the fire. Jake Smolinski is the pinch hitter for Sam Freeman. Smolinski is a young fella who had a scholarship to Clemson but signed with the Nationals in the second round. Slow curveball for ball 1. And the thing about Smolinski, who was a fine high school quarterback, was in July of last year when he made his debut. He set a Ranger club record. Check swing for a strike. He had 8 hits in his first 4 games, including 3 doubles. So Jake Smolinski, 5'11", 190, 26 years old. Fastball foul back. Sam Freeman made a total of 26 pitches while he was in there. We also have the paid attendance, 42,906. 42,906. 2-2. In the Dodger bullpen, Adam Liebertor begins to loosen up. So you had Kershaw followed by Howell, followed by Garcia. The pitcher spot bats third for the Dodgers in the bottom of the 8th. 2-2. Off speed, 3-2. Waiting on deck, the right fielder Shin-Si Chu, who is 0 for 3, having struck out twice. And down he goes. So Smolinski strikes out. Kershaw struck out 10. Howell had 1. And now Garcia has 1. And the batter will be Chu. Grounded out, struck out twice. Shin-Si Chu with Andrus to follow. 4 runs, 5 hits for Texas. They had 4 hits in the second and third inning, and their last hit was in the 4th inning. That's a strike. Dodgers 3 runs, 9 hits. And a line drive base hit to right. So a 1-out single to right by Shin-Si Chu. And the batter will be Elvis Andrus.
Shortstop.
Popped up,
Elvis
struck
Andrus.
out, fly to right, 0 for 3. On deck, Joey Gallo. Gallo, of course, had that monstrous home run in the 3rd inning. He's hit a few. One out, 8th inning. And fastball misses. Yimi Garcia picked up a victory in San Diego. He also had a save in San Diego. The opposition hitting just 194 against him. Yimi Garcia will be 25 the middle of August. Signed as an international free agent. He's from the Dominican Republic. 1 ball, no strikes. Chu goes, and a ground ball wide to third. Nice pick by Turner to throw him out. So Chu steals second base, or at least he was in motion. And Turner made a good play and then got back to the bag to cover. Take a look at Turner. He has to go pretty wide, so third base is wide open. And as soon as Chu gets to second, he's looking at third, and Turner hustling back. And now with Gallo coming up, Mattingly has Liberatore in the bullpen. Get ready to pitch to him. So 2 out. Chu at second base. Garcia heading to the dugout. Liberatore coming in, and we'll be back. Gallo. Gallo hit one of those memorable home runs in the third inning with 2 out and a man at first and facing Clayton Kershaw. Gallo turned out to be only the second left-hand batter to hit a home run against Clayton Kershaw. We can take a look at Gallo hitting 1 out. Of course, for him to hit a home run is no surprise. His first year as a pro, not in the big leagues, but as a pro, he homered every 8 at-bats. Only Barry Bonds and Mark McGwire put up numbers like that. And then in 2013, he became the first teenager in 52 years to hit 40 home runs in a season. Again, that was in the minor leagues at Hickory. And those home runs came every 10 at bat. So he's worked hard with Jason Giambi, taught him a lot about hitting. Right now, he'd like to settle for a base hit and get Chu home. 4-3 Texas in the 8th. 0-1. Gallo, among other things, gives you a good strike zone. He's 6'5". 2 years ago in the minor leagues at Hickory, he struck out 165 times. Gallo, coming into the game, had struck out 32 times. No, in fact, struck out only 18 times. He really improved in that area. And a strike. However, tonight, he has struck out twice. Two out, 0-2 to Gallo. Chu at second base. 4-3 Texas in the 8th. And ball 1. By the way, Joey's home run was estimated at 439 feet, which they say is the second longest home run ever hit against Kershaw in his career. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's really somewhat shocking to realize Kershaw allowed 4 runs at Dodger Stadium. That's fouled away. Excluding the postseason, remember he allowed 8 runs to the Cardinals in the playoffs last year here. Kershaw had gone 30 straight home starts, allowing 3 runs or fewer. Second longest streak in the modern era. So it was a really unusual night tonight. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Two and two. Adam Liberatore trying to get Joey Gallo. On deck, big Prince Fielder. And ball 3. Growing up in Las Vegas, Joey Gallo was taught to hit by Chris Bryant of the Cubs. His father, Mike, taught both Chris and Joey how to hit when they were growing up. Gallo also worked with 4-time National League batting champion Bill Madlock. 3 and 2. And strike 3 call. Funny reaction by Gallo, who just says wow and shakes his head. So Joey has a big home run, but he also struck out 3 times tonight. That's 13 strikeouts for Dodger pitching, but at the end of 7.5, it's still 4-3 Texas. Esurance MLB All-Star Game ballot now at Dodgers.com/vote. You can vote up to 35 times at Dodgers.com/vote. Bottom of the 8th, Tanner Scheppers, the new pitcher, the 4th pitcher for Texas and the 8th pitcher in the game. Tanner's a local boy. And ball 1 to Kike Hernandez. Local in the sense he was born in Mission Viejo, but grew up and went to school up at Fresno State. 1-1. Scheppers pitched against the Dodgers in Texas. Tanner is 6'4", 220, 28 years old. In high school, they ran out of pitchers, one of those things. So he got into pitch. No one else could. And a pitching star was born. Meanwhile, the plate umpire, Chad Fairchild, shaken up. Took the mask right off. So Corporon had a real shot in the mask. Now Chad Fairchild. Fairchild just said, "Give me a minute." Boy, he took a shot, barely touched by Corporon's glove. Fairchild, 45 years old in December, lives in Florida, and as we mentioned earlier, has been a big league umpire a little more than 7 years. So he's trying to collect his thoughts. It's brutal back there. Nancy Flynn, Dodger trainer, out there to see if she can help. Not much you can do with a shot in the mask like that, except to wait till the bell's quiet. Well, looks like he's ready to get back to work. Heaves a big sigh. Nancy still holding the conversation to make sure that he's logical. That's Jim Joyce, the crew chief, talking to him right now. And he just said, okay. One interesting thing, the small thing, see the plate umpire, the bill of the cap is over his forehead. Every catcher turns the cap around and the bill is behind. There's the bill, Corporon, and the bill for Chad Fairchild is tucked up under the top part of the mask. No big deal, just something different. 1-2. Big curveball, and Chi comes up empty. Yasmani Grandal will now come up and bat for A.J. Ellis. Grandal, the second pinch hitter in the last two spots in the lineup, and the third pinch hitter used by Don Mattingly. Grandal hitting .277 as a pinch hitter. He is 0 for 2. Andre Ethier comes out on deck. So they load up the right side, that diamond defense, and that's ball one. Tanner Shepard's a first-round pick, so they think a lot of him. And he's behind now quickly, 3-0. In the Dodger bullpen, Josh Raven and Kenley Jansen. Raven gave up the home run to Texas in the bottom of the ninth. And right now, Grandal gets the walk. So here comes Andre Ethier to bat for Liberatore. And again, Mike Maddox going out to the mound. Andre Ethier for the year hitting .279, 9 home runs, 27 runs batted in. As a pinch hitter, he is 1 for 7. First thing he did was ask the plate umpire how he felt. And I'll tell you, looking at Chad Fairchild, he's still very much shaken up. All right, Ethier ready. 1 out. Grandal at first. On deck, Yasiel Puig. 4-3 Texas, bottom of the 8th. And ball 1. Sheppers was talking about his family tradition. He said, my family always kind of adopted a family and took some kids in and kind of gave them a Christmas. We adopted families out of Glendora. 1-0. Ground ball, Odor, the shovel for 1, and the first for the double play. The 4-6-3 DP, and at the end of 8, 4-3 Texas. Amongst the umpires about Chad Fairchild. He took a vicious foul ball, took the mask off, and it really knocked him dizzy. The senior umpire, Jim Joyce, with the white mustache, and Nancy Flynn, the Dodger trainer, they want to be assured that Fairchild is all right. That's Joyce with his arms folded now, looking directly at him to make sure he's okay. I mean, he really took a nasty foul. She's asking him to move his head side to side to see if he would get dizzy or not. Well, apparently they are satisfied. There's the foul ball, and I mean, it couldn't have gotten much tougher. He's a big man, and it rocked him back, and he wasn't ready for a while. Well, the umpires are like ball players. They hate to come out. Corporon also took a lick. Now Grandal gets to work. And he'll be handling Josh Raven, who threw up the home run ball last night in Texas that gave Texas the win in the bottom of the 9th. So Josh, local boy from West Hills, throws very hard. Big man, 6'5". Meanwhile, an even bigger man, Prince Fielder, at the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. Fielder has been in the big league since 2005. And ball 3. Fielder had 50 home runs for the Brewers in 07 and 119 RBIs. In 11, he had 120 RBIs. 3-0. He could be swinging. Yep. Fly ball carrying down the line and going into the stands. A wrong field home run by Prince Fielder on a 3-0 pitch. And just like that, it is 5-3 Texas. For Fielder, his 11th home run, 47 runs batted in. He is so strong. He didn't hit the ball that well, and yet he was able to muscle it down the left field line. He hit it off the end of the bat. At first, he couldn't believe it was going to carry the distance, but it did. Of course, at 275 pounds, when he hits them, they stay hit. That would be home run number 299 for Prince Fielder. So he's 20 shy of his dad Cecil, who hit 319. So they're both in the 50 home run club. 1 ball and no strikes to Rosales, and he has a base hit to left field. So for Josh Raven, a tough night on the heels of a tough night last night.
Number 12, Rougned Odor.
Odor coming up. Rosales comes up with his second hit. Odor hit into a force play, singled and hit by a pitch, stole a base, and was caught trying to steal, and has made a couple of nice defensive plays at second base. So Clayton Kershaw cooled off a little back in the dugout. Interesting what can happen. Kyle Blanks was supposed to play first base. He was in the lineup. He was hitting fourth. And Kyle, draped on the railing there, as big as he is, talking to Joey Gallo, nevertheless had some physical problems and couldn't answer the bell. So Fielder played, and Fielder, with a double and a home run, has scored 2 runs, which, as it turns out, is the difference in the game. Rosales hit first, Odor followed by Corporon, and then Martin. Fastball flared. Here comes Jock. Makes the catch. Fires across to Gonzalez, but safely aboard is Rosales. So Peterson, a nice running catch. He had to have a pretty good jump. Well, that ball drops. But here he comes and reaches to hold on to it. There was a wonderful defensive outfielder with the St. Louis Cardinals a long time ago named Terry Moore. And one of the things Terry said, when you're catching a fly ball, make believe you're catching a baby bird that has fallen out of its nest. Gently. Foul back. And in watching Peterson, no matter how far he has to run, back or to his left or to his right or straight in towards second base, he always seems to have soft hands. He's made some dazzling catches already. By the way, for Raven to be hit on a 3-0 pitch by Prince Fielder, Fielder has 26 home runs on a 3-0 pitch. 26. Welcome to the club, Josh. And that's whacked down the right field line. Foul ball. Corcoran has struck out twice and grounded into a double play. He's in there because he always catches Wandy Rodriguez. Corcoran batted right-handed against Kershaw. Now the other way against Raven. When the Dodgers come up in the 9th inning, they will have Puig, Peterson, and Gonzalez. Puig is 1 for 2, a double and a walk. Peterson 0 for 1. Gonzalez 0 for 4. Ball 1. So the Dodgers deeply interested. Brandon McCarthy on the sidelines trying to do the best he can despite the fact he can't play. With his Ellis on one side, Kershaw on the other. So for Corcoran, he strikes out a 3rd time and goes a long 0 for 4. 3 strikeouts and a double play. And the batter now, Leonys Martin, who has topped him. Martin has struck out all 3 times.
Number 2, Leonys Martin.
And there goes the runner late. The throw on a hop hits the runner, I think, and caroms into right field. For a moment there, I didn't know if the throw hit Hernandez or the runner, Rosales. Well, Kike looks okay. Let's take another look. Backhanded. Randolph fires. It hit, I believe, Hernandez. Yeah, it hit him on the left knee and caromed over into right field. Okay, so Rosales steals second base. 5-3. Texas trying to get another. Boy, that had to hurt. So Martin, 1 ball and no strikes. And that missed for ball 2. So in the inning, Fielder homered on a 3-0 pitch. Rosales singled. 2 outs later, Rosales steals second. 2 balls and no strikes to Leonys Martin. And a little foul off to the left out of play. Mitch Moreland is out on deck. Moreland hitting .307. He has 8 home runs, 31 runs batted in. So he would bat for Sheppers here in the 9th inning. 2-1 the count to Martin. And a hopper backhanded by Kendrick, and the throw is in time. However, Prince Fielder hits the home run on a 3-0 pitch leading off the 9th, and we're going to the bottom of the 9th. 5-3 Texas. 3 in favor of Texas. Stan Conte, the Dodger main trainer, is talking to Chad Fairchild. They just want to make sure he does not get hurt back there after suffering that foul tip in the mask. Now, this is the third time in 3 innings that they've had a meeting with Fairchild, who wants to tough it out. Meanwhile, Keona Keela, K-E-L-A, born in Los Angeles, lives up in Seattle. He was a fire science major at Everest Community College. Rosales is now at first base. Alberto is in the game at third. So they take Prince Fielder out, and Keone Keela will be pitching to Yasiel Puig. And now let's see. Well, watching the umpires, Keela dropped his glove, and he had something apparently up on his wrist, and he had to take it off. Keela, 21 years old, and turned 22 in April, and dropped in a big game now. 5-3 in the ninth. Puig, Peterson, and Gonzalez. Puig doubled, flied to center, struck out, and walked. His double in the first inning was the very first pitch of the game made by Wandy Rodriguez. No balls and 2 strikes. Oh, 2 to Yasiel, then Peterson, then Gonzalez. Foul back. In looking at the Texas ball club, Sean Tollison, who's an old pal of Clayton Kershaw, Tollison has 9 saves. Felice has 6. Fastball at 97, and the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's right on top of the plate, and Keela drives him off the plate. 1-2. And a little foul ball out of play. Rosales coming over, but no chance. 42,906. Hope you'll be with us tomorrow night. Ronaldo and Greinke. And then the Giants will be here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There's Zach. 1-2. Fastball at 97. Keela is 6'1" and a good 200 pounds. First name Keone. Keona Keela. Unintentionally fouled. So Puig is still there. 5 runs, 8 hits for Texas. 3 runs, 9 hits for the Dodgers. Texas trying to make it 3 in a row at the expense of Scott Van Slyke and company. 1-2. And another fastball up and in. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. and popped up Rosales and Odor, and it is Rosales. So Puig pops it up and one away here in the 9th inning. That will bring up Jock Peterson, who came into the game as a pinch hitter in the 6th inning. That's when the Dodgers scored all 3 runs, and Jock struck out. So this will be his 2nd at bat against the hard-throwing Keela. Adrian Gonzalez on deck. Jock made a pretty good running catch on that looping fly ball by Odor in the top of this 9th. Fastball, but ball 1. Boy, he throws hard, 97. One and one. Took a little bit off the fastball from 97 to 91. One ball and 1 strike. Ball 2. By the way, you saw Prince Fielder lift a fly ball home run to left field. Now he has 299 career home runs. How many have gone to left? The answer, 20. That's all. Big home run tonight. Three and one. On deck, Adrian Gonzalez. One out, 9th inning, 5-3 Texas. And ball 4, so the door is still open, and Adrian Gonzalez coming up.
First baseman number 23, Adrian Gonzalez.
Adrian Gonzalez flied to left, then fly deep to left. That's when Gallo made the one-hand catch. Next time he grounded to the right side, and the next time a ground ball to first. So 0 for 4, representing the possible tying run. Keeler with a record of 4-3. Oh and 1. Keeler's earned run average is 2.3. He's allowed 2 home runs. Coming in, he had walked 7 and struck out 25. So he can bring it. 0 and 1. Fastball hit late and foul. 0 and 2. Yasiel Puig 1 for 4 tonight, a double. High fly ball to left field. Gallo is in the corner, however, and makes the catch. Adrian could not quite do what Prince Fielder did. Fly ball down the line. 2 out.
Second baseman, number 47, Howie Kendrick.
So with 2 out in the 9th inning, Howie Kendrick coming up. Kendrick hit into a force play, single to right, lost a hit on the right side. Good play by Odor. And then last time up, flied to right. So he's actually gone the other way 3 times. Corporon keeping everybody in the game. 2 out, 9th inning, 5-3 Texas. Peterson on his way to second. Defensive indifference. The only thing it does do is take away an easy force play. 1 ball and no strikes to Kendrick with Justin Turner on deck. Fastball at 97. Texas trying to win 3 straight at the expense of the Dodgers. Fastball. Boy, he throws 97, one after another. One ball and 2 strikes. Check swing in the dirt. The out recorded at first, and that will do it. 5 runs, 8 hits for Texas, 3 runs, 9 hits for the Dodgers. The Giants lost, so the Dodger lead remains 2.5 in front. And tomorrow night, Rwanda against Greinke in the final game. The player of the game certainly would be the big left fielder Joey Gallo at 6'5". He hit a thunderous home run 3/4 of the way up the pavilion, almost out. And then later on made the catch on the ball hit by Gonzalez in the 3rd inning at 6'5", leaped in the air, held onto it in the webbing, an ice cone as they called it. So Joey's the player of the game. 21 pitches made by Keela to shut down the Dodgers. Yes, son, there's one more game left, and that's tomorrow night, Greinke and Rwanda. We'll talk to you then. Till then, we wish you all a very pleasant good evening, everybody.